Every fourth year since 1996, this ancient stadium comes alive with the revival of the Nemean Games, originally held here over 2,000 years ago. Anyone who wishes to enjoy the unique experience of participating in an occasion that really brings the past to life can enter these games regardless of age, gender, religion, or ethnicity. And judging by these flags, most of the world is represented this year. The Society for the Revival of the Nemean Games grew out of a movement born from 40 years of excavation on these sites by the University of California at Berkeley and by the people of Nemea themselves. This is a fascinating three-day event that starts with an opening ceremony at the temple of Nemean Zeus.
Όλοι οι ανθρώποι που πατούν αυτό εδώ το χώμα, όπου και αν γεννήθηκαν, όποιο και αν έχουν χρώμα, να γίνουν αλληλέγγυοι, να νιώσουν φίλοι και ίσοι, ξεχνώντας κάθε διαφορά, εχθρότητες και μίση.
During the opening ceremonies, an ode to Nemea is sung, and Nemea is crowned with a wreath of wild celery before lighting the flame, which will be carried in a solemn procession to the stadium. The day of the Games begins early, which is just as well as it's incredibly hot. The Society for the Revival of the Nemean Games have restricted the Games to just the 100-metre run, to allow as many competitors as possible to enter. They've also taken great pains to keep the experience as authentic as possible. A tent is built over the original locker room where the athletes change into their chitons, remove their shoes and all their bodies before the race. They then wait in the recently restored tunnel until a trumpet blast sounds and their names are called. Over 1,000 people from 50 different countries gathered to compete. One of those competitors is Hugh O'Donnell from Scotland. He told me, "It's a strange feeling standing in that tunnel waiting for the trumpet to call you to take part in the barefoot 100-metre race. All around you can see history where athletes from 2,500 years ago carved their names and prayers for Nike. We swore the oath of integrity as the ancients did and sprinted into the stadium with the cheers of the spectators ringing in our ears." The runners are divided by age into groups of 12. In keeping with ancient tradition, each contestant draws his place on the starting line and places his bare feet in the original starting blocks. The winners receive palm fronds and headbands in the place of wreaths. I think many of this year's competitors must have gained inspiration from Nancy Horton from the US, who at 100 years old was the oldest competitor signed up for the races. Reviving ancient athletic customs, observing fair competition for all, respecting the honour of participation, plus a total lack of commercialization, make the Nemean Games the true inheritors of the spirit of the ancient Olympic Games. We somehow lost hold of that spirit in the 20th century, but thanks to Nemea, we now have a chance to regain it for the 21st. Let's hope the Nemean flame burns brightly for many generations to come.